Hello, everyone. My name is Josh, and we are coming at you from MVP Summit in Redmond this week. With me, I have fellow MVP Paul Bloem. Paul, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for the opportunity.
There's a whole bunch of people here this week, all MVPs, and we unfortunately are not able to talk about much at all of what's being talked about. So what I wanted to do is something a little different than my normal recap or news. What I want to do is a couple spotlights here. And so I'm going to talk to Paul about some work he's done in the community that I have used a ton and that many of you may have used unwittingly or haven't used and are dying to use, because then your Visio game is just going to be incredible afterwards if you do. So what we're going to be talking about is the Visio stencils that you have created and put out on TechNet Gallery for free. And you got a couple out there, right? Two?
Yeah, three.
Three? Okay, awesome. So I'm going to cover two, and then you can tell us what the third is, and I'll have to go find it. So let's go ahead and share the desktop. Before I do that, actually, how long have you been an MVP?
Hopefully come July, it'll be 5 years.
Okay, far longer than me. So yeah. And where are you coming from?
So originally I'm from South Africa.
Okay.
Migrated from there just shy of 10 years ago
Okay.
to New Zealand. So I've been in New Zealand, Auckland for the last 10 years. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So you had a little longer trip than me coming here, but
Just a wee bit.
I complain about my 6-hour trip, and yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, great. So let's share the desktop here. We are going to. Oh, look, infinity screen. That's awesome. All right. This is where we're going to start. We're here at the TechNet Gallery, and all I've done, if you go, everybody, to gallery.technet.microsoft.com and go to the little search bar, I've put in Skype Visio Stencil, and I have all four. There's about five results in here, but the top two are yours. And I have just grabbed these top two. So you said there's a third that's available out here?
There's a third one. It doesn't have Skype in the name.
Okay.
It's more about call flows and contact center flows and social type flows. It's all around building contact center type call flows.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to search for it in a second then. For now, we'll go in here just so people can see how you put this together. And again, if you're not familiar with grabbing stuff from the gallery out on TechNet, it's all free. You can go out there and download stuff. The only thing that you should do if you're a decent human being is rate it when you're done and let us know how much you loved it. All right?
Couldn't agree more.
So yeah, it helps us out. We do this for the community, so it's good to get feedback and know how it can be made better. Or if you just loved it and it made your life better, then we're happy. So you were just right here. Double click, or just click, you get a zip file downloaded. You've included a little bit of instructions and a preview of what you'll see in here. And what I'll do now, while we're looking at this, is actually pull up Visio. And I've preloaded the stencil we were just looking at here. And this is what I've been using. This is version 2, which I believe you just updated this recently?
Yeah, it's been a work in progress for some time.
Okay.
I've been a bit slack on releasing it.
But it was February that you put it
Yes.
out? Okay. So yeah, I've been using version 1 for all of my diagrams, for whether it's stuff on blog posts or whether it's customer interactions. It's been a lifesaver. It's great to be able to have non-generic icons that tell a good story about what you're going to do for a customer or what you're explaining. And as we scroll through here, I mean, so many good examples of not just your Skype branded servers. You've got here enterprise pool, front end servers, your edge servers, back end servers. But as we go on all the way down, we've got all kinds of telephony pieces down here as well. Different types of user profiles, session border controllers. So yeah, if you don't mind kind of going into this a little bit and telling about the process and explaining to people where they can get the most value.
Yeah, absolutely. So, firstly, the reason why I did this is because I like the architectural diagrams that we do when we're architecting solutions, or even if we're just doing something a little lighter for sort of your executive type folks, to be visually appealing.
Yeah.
I feel that if you can't do a decent diagram or you can't do a decent document,
Yeah.
how can you be trusted to do a decent deployment? And that's kind of so I've been called OCD. Personally, I like to call it CDO, so things are alphabetical, but that's another story.
Well, yeah, that makes sense, I guess, given the first statement. But,
But yeah, so I've always sort of, when I've gotten into Visio, I've always been a little bit frustrated with the variety of the icons that are available, or the shapes that are available.
generic and
And very often though, that dark theme really got me going. I thought, oh, that's great if you're in a dark room with slides up on a wall, but it doesn't look very good when you print it out into a Word document.
Right.
And typically Word documents is where we do our new PDF it up, and so there was always a challenge. And then as time went by and I was coming across things like different SBCs and different contact center solutions, I just kind of went, well, there isn't one for that, I better make one. And so eventually I got down to my second stencil, which is basically, I went through the Microsoft supported product list and grabbed every single product that's in there and just kind of parked them up into a big splash page of icons and images and just kind of Googled like crazy to get some good images. And then just went and created all these templates.
And as you look at that must have been a lot of work, because there are there's a great deal of different options available in here. It's a phenomenal amount of work. You make it possible to tell almost any story at any level as you're designing customer solutions, right? From super technical and deep to very high level to just here's the inner flowings of a service. You make it possible to tell all these stories, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I've been accused of spending a wee bit more time than most on tidying up the diagram.
This is great. 16,000 something downloads so far. That's a pretty impressive number.
Yeah, that's done good.
So let me pull up the other one that we had here, and you can explain a little bit more about what the difference is with this second stencil. This one is titled Add-on Products for 2016, and just glancing through here really quick, we see Crestron, Polycom devices, this IR. This appears to be non-Microsoft products, but products that are related. Can you go into that a bit more?
So these are the products that have gone through the certification process. And so some of them, it's hard. When you're looking at something like a recording service or a server that's doing recording, how many different ways can you represent that? Or how can you represent someone in particular's product?
Yeah.
For me, I go and look for their brand logo, pop that on there with an appropriate icon, and then sometimes I can't choose, so you might find 2 or 3 for variety. And I've gone with a few different styles from depending on what the product actually is.
Yeah.
And it's great because the product you're putting into the diagram is what you're selling the customer on.
Absolutely.
And so
makes sense.
Yeah, there's no doubt in their mind as to what they're getting. It's not just this grey shadow of a phone.
Yeah.
Or some
you've literally got all the main all certified phones in here. Yealink, Polycom, audio codes.
Yep.
And these are just the phones at the bottom. As I scroll through, I'm seeing all sorts of other products and providers. Amazing. So pairing these 2 stencils together, and then, like you mentioned, that third stencil tells the story even more completely.
Yeah, the third one came from trying to do flow diagrams for call flows. So you get into a contact center and you've got this complex IVR, or you've got a complex auto attendant, and perhaps there's a messaging stream or a fax queue, and you've got to deal with all of that, and just trying to represent that. I got a document from a customer to say, this is what we have, can you replicate it? And I looked at it and I thought, I don't think I can understand it. And so I had to break it down into pieces I could understand, and they were using color codes. It doesn't work for me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go.
So we went off and did the stencil, and it's chat. Okay, drag the chat over here. It's voicemail. Bring the voicemail icon over, and that's kind of how it went. Sad to say, though, it took me so much time. The document was long delivered before we landed.
Nice. Well, I certainly, and I know at least 16,000 other people out there certainly appreciate all the work you put into that. Thank you for making time to come on and talk to everybody and kind of let me be able to cover what you do out there and how much I love it and use it. And looking forward to the next set. So
excellent. No, thanks to everyone who's downloaded it, and don't forget, rate it.
Rate it. Whether it's Paul's stuff or anyone's stuff, if you're using something from the gallery, rate it. But, all right. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. Take care.